The world is witnessing a masterclass in negotiation tonight. We got some breaking news. President Trump and Zelensky are apparently going to be signing a Ukrainian mineral deal, and Trump is supposed to announce it during his congressional address. After halting military aid and forcing real peace negotiations, Trump has achieved what Biden couldn't in 3 years. He's getting Americans a return on their investment. Hardly an investment. I hate to even call it that, but it's a historic agreement that will give the United States access to Ukraine's vast mineral wealth, resources essential for our technological future. While critics claim Trump's tough stance would end in disaster, it's instead ending with America finally getting our money back. This is the art of the deal on the world stage. And while Ukraine suffers under endless war, Americans are suffering from another kind of pain, chronic inflammation. Just as President Trump is offering Ukraine a path to peace, Dr. Josh has discovered a special turmeric extract 200 times more powerful than regular turmeric that could end your suffering. Like the Ukraine conflict that Biden let spiral out of control, many Americans have endured pain for far too long, but there is hope. This hack, it attacks inflammation at the source, just as Trump's peace strategy targets the root of conflict. So stop throwing money at temporary solutions, whether for geopolitical conflicts or your personal gain. For the truth about ending your suffering, visit goldenrevive.com/NNN. It's linked down below. And discover what Biden and the medical establishment don't want you to know. Okay, so this breaking news, my buddy Tom just sent this to me a few moments ago. President Trump and Zelensky are going to be signing the Ukrainian mineral deal today, and Trump is going to be announcing it during his congressional address tonight. That is according to Reuters. We are finally getting our money back, says Nick Sortor. And then we've got some more good news. Let's see. I don't know, is this good news? This young woman makes too much sense. All you Ukraine supporters, they need people over there. Go put your money in your mouth over there. Like all the people who are like putting their Ukraine flags in their bios and stuff. Sure, I understand that. But there comes a time when you have to bring peace to the table so that we don't have to pick sides anymore, right?
Ukraine. You guys stand with Ukraine? Oh my God. Luckily for you, they're looking for people to stand in their front line in the war that they're in. Oh my goodness. And you can take the people who didn't want to write those emails for Elon with you because it seems like they're going to need a job. And by the way, when you go over there, you're not going to want to live there anymore because the things that you fight in America for, they don't even entertain over there. Oh my goodness, though. You guys are so sweet. Also, I understand that you guys stand with this man or whatever, but are you not in the slightest bit inquisitive about the fact that he was supposed to come to America to sign for peace, but left America and went to other places to get money? So, with all the freedom that he has in the world, by the way, to do what he wants to do, he chooses to go after money instead of peace. Do you know the people in his country do not want this war? Are you guys paying attention to anybody else but him? Because if you were, you would know that the people in his country don't want this war. They don't care. They're tired. They don't want to deal with it. But aside from that, Zelensky doesn't care about you. He made that very clear. He doesn't care about this country. He doesn't care about anything other than money. So it doesn't take much brain power to know that. So I don't know why. Whatever, stand with Ukraine, but hurry up and go there.
Stand with Ukraine, but hurry up and go there. Classic. We got this for 5 hours ago. Zelensky backs down, says he's ready to come to the negotiating table, admits his clash in the Oval Office was regrettable, says he's ready to make things right.
Possible. Okay, we have some news with regard to Zelensky and Ukraine crossing right now on X. Zelensky saying a lot of things. Here are a few headlines. Says Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible. Says about the clash in the Oval Office, it is regrettable that it happened that way. He says it's time to make things right. So that is the word out of Kyiv. We do believe he is back in that country as we speak. So
he's ready to make things right, and apparently he's going to be signing the deal with Trump. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. Maybe they'll have a Zoom call. We got this. Zelensky thought he'd use the cameras to shake down America, and Trump wasn't having it. Even Biden and Jake Sullivan realized how ungrateful he'd been, but Vance rightly showed him how disrespecting the Oval Office would be handled. Table for 5 on CNN. Let's listen to what they're saying over there.
Zelensky has seemed.
Emily, can you control your emotions? I bet you can.
I can.
I bet you can.
But Zelensky
right?
can't. And we saw that in the press
I think
conference.
he's been fighting for sovereignty for 3
He was being
years.
combative.
The thing.
I don't care how Putin feels about this. I care about what happened on that television screen, and it was Zelensky. I do believe that Zelensky should be grateful. And do you know who also thought that Zelensky should be grateful?
He has said thank you.
You know who also thought it? Joe Biden. You know who also thought it? It was Blinken. This isn't the first time that Zelensky has seemed to kind of shake America down. Now, remember, there was the deal over
shake
NATO.
America
Well,
down.
but that's what he's doing.
I mean, I
He
understand
has
he's
come
fighting
before
for the
he has
life
come-
of his country.
Well, when you come before the United States of America in the Oval Office, then you need to show
Where there
a
was
certain-
so much decorum today.
Well, they
Please.
responded to him.
Elon
And
was in there the
you
other
come
day in
in-
a baseball
You
cap
come
with
in
his
there
kid
being
running around.
disrespectful, and you're going to find out the
Disrespectful.
response to it.
Listen,
That's what he
the other
was. He
thing
was
that-
being
the other thing,
disrespectful,
though, that-
and J.D. Vance was right to call him out on it.
Emily,
Wow, that was on CNN. And then the woman's like trying to cut down Elon for bringing his child to the Oval Office and wearing a baseball cap, a MAGA hat, by the way. Wow, some refreshing perspectives over there on CNN that we rarely see. Here we have more Sasha Stone posting this. If CNN and MSNBC want to save their ratings, they need to put on real people who tell it like it is. What's this one got to say?
Decided he wanted to. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this White House meeting in a nutshell and keep up, okay? Because I'm going to go kind of fast. Well, what happened? Zelensky decided he wanted to invite the media in, and Donald J. Trump and Vance was like, that's fine. We ain't got nothing to hide. We don't know why you want the media in here in our meeting, but okay, that's fine. We don't care. So the media was there, so we saw the whole thing unfold. What really happens behind closed doors when you see them presidents and leaders really negotiating and going back and forth, that's really what be happening behind closed doors. It's not nice. It's not pretty. Okay, I digress. So everyone was there, so they got to witness it, and they were basically saying, Trump said, look, we want a ceasefire. We want peace talks, all of that. But what's going to happen, you're going to give us a stake in your minerals. Because we've sent you a lot of money. We sent you troops to a war that you knew you weren't going to win. So in order to kind of even the field, kind of get that back, how about you just give us a stake in your minerals? Well, Zelensky started kind of talking with a little air in his chest. I think he had a lot of pride. I think that's what it was. And Vance kind of shut that shit down. Vance started asking him questions like, come on, man, we done did all this for you. He said, you kind of arrogant. You got a lot of air in your chest and you ain't even said thank you. We basically done saved you and you ain't even said thank you. You real arrogant around here. That's basically what Vance was saying. So Zelensky kind of decided he wanted to talk even more greasy, right? So he went to talking, and then at the end he said, and you gonna feel it too. That's when Trump stepped in and was like, ho, player, wait a minute. You ain't even in a...
Yeah, okay. You know what she's talking about, the moment when Zelensky said, oh, you have nice big ocean. Soon you will see what is coming for you. Like, the guy was literally cursing the United States. All right? Basically threatening. Yeah, you guys think you have a nice ocean? Well, wait till what comes next. Unbelievable. Arrogance. Unbelievable.
Position to tell us shit. You can't tell us what we gonna feel, because in the card game where we playing cards, you ain't even got no cards. If it weren't for us, you wouldn't be sitting here right now. And Trump said out his mouth, he said, that stupid ass president, he didn't say stupid ass, but he said stupid. He said that stupid president sent you all of that money and sent you them troops. They kept talking, and Trump was like, let's stop that right now. We just gonna stop with you telling us what we gonna feel, because you ain't in a position to tell us shit. All right, fast forward. They kept talking. They kept going back and forth. Trump said, look, you toying around with World War III here. We trying to give you some peace talks. We trying to get a ceasefire going on around here. And you walking up in here with the air in your chest. Like, what's going on, my guy? He kept talking greasy, and Trump said, look, if it weren't for what we sent you, you wouldn't have lasted 2 weeks against Putin. He said, I done talked to Putin. Putin ready for a ceasefire. What's your problem? When he said you wouldn't last 2 weeks against Putin, he gonna double down. Zelensky gonna double down and say, Putin said we wouldn't last 3 days. Donald Trump shot back and said, you wouldn't even lasted that long. At the end of it all, because he had so much air in his chest and so arrogant, Donald Trump said, all right, you can leave, player, but don't call us back until you're ready for a ceasefire or talk some peace or do some negotiating, because this what you doing. He said you're not going to last, and you probably going to start World War III. So get your head right, player, and come back and holler at us.
Oh man, dude, I love her. Oh, she's good. Oh, she's good. That was solid gold. What else did we got here? Oh, we've got on LBC Nigel Farage explaining the difference between Zelensky's, Churchill, and Musk's attire at the White House.
Our Prime Minister, do you know what? If I turned up at the White House, I'd make sure I was wearing a suit and my shoes were cleaned. Absolutely. And Trump is, and in diplomacy,
Winston Churchill,
our Prime Minister, but he wasn't dealing with President Trump. Our Prime Minister was briefed and briefed and briefed as to how to deal with the visit to the White House.
But that's not Zelensky's fault, is it?
All right, if Zelensky wants to bowl in and show no respect to a man who we all know is incredibly old-fashioned about this stuff, and he really
When
is.
you say this stuff, you mean manners, dress,
very
shoes?
much so. Very
so your
much.
shoes have to be shined. It's like being back at school.
Lots of times, Trump said, yeah, good shoes, great shoes, whatever, That's how he... So if you're going in with a positive mindset, maybe Zelensky should have thought about that. But that's minor. Yeah.
It's all right for Mr. Musk to throw in sneakers, a baseball cap and a chainsaw.
I know.
But that's permissible.
Well, Musk isn't negotiating with Trump, and Musk isn't asking for billions of dollars from Trump, and Musk isn't asking for military support from Trump. Do you know what? If I turned up at the White House, I'd make sure I was wearing a suit and my shoes were cleaned. Absolutely. And Trump...
I mean, seriously, first of all, I'm going to take some notes for my Oval Office visit to make sure my shoes are shined. But yeah, like if you're going to a job interview, like do you dress like a schmuck? No, you don't. Okay, if you're going to the bank to get a loan or something, like is that how you dress? Like in casual sweats? This guy's going to the White House, asks for billions of dollars, and he dresses like he came out of the trenches when he's actually nowhere near the trenches. I love Nigel Farage, great guy. Let's see what else we've got going on. CNN. Chip Roy shocks Caitlin Collins with an answer. Oh, there's Caitlin Collins. Yeah, she was standing right in front of me in the East Room a couple weeks ago, like literally like right in front of me.
There's also helping Russia. I'd like to know, where does that lead us? How do we get to success here?
Who do you blame for that war?
I mean, look, the war started under Joe Biden's watch. He destroyed our energy policies. He empowered Russia. He was siding with Iran and China, which was also helping Russia.
Wait, but you blame Joe Biden for the war?
This all started under Joe Biden.
But who started the war?
But my point is that war wouldn't have started if Donald Trump's in the White House. If we have a strong hand in the White House, Vladimir Putin does not go into Ukraine. That's just the truth. We had a weak hand in the White House.
Well,
Joe Biden
that's
let it
not the
happen.
truth. That's your analysis and your view, but you don't know that for sure. And secondly,
all I know is there weren't a lot of wars getting started under President Trump.
But my point
in his 4 years, what wars started under President Trump?
My point of the answer to that question was that Putin started this war and Russia started this war. Do you disagree with that?
Well, Putin obviously invaded Ukraine, but the reason that happened was because of weakness from the United States. Our foreign policy matters. When we absolutely give away the field on energy, when we make bad decisions in terms of who we're siding with around the globe, and we strengthen the hand of Putin, then he walks into Ukraine, then we throw money at Zelensky and say, okay, here you can have all the resources you need to keep funding a war, which, but where was Europe in a lot of that? Yes, I know they contributed some, but we were funding the lion's share of that. And then you wonder, well, why is this getting perpetuated when Ukrainians are dying and now they can't even recruit enough people to fight the war?
I'm not going to argue this point, but it is well known that Putin has long believed that Ukraine is part of Russia. He does not think Ukraine is a sovereign nation. He thinks it belongs to him. That was his position long before Joe Biden took office and they started amassing troops.
Sure, and for the 4 years of President Trump, he didn't go into Ukraine, did he? And look, again, your policy.
But he didn't give Crimea back, did he?
Well, but you wonder whether or not you're going to have a war.
But did he give Crimea? He didn't give back the other land that he had taken illegally when Obama was in office.
That raises the issues under Obama. The point is, when you have weakness in the United States, you have weakness in the White House, then you're going to have people around the globe who act, and people are saying, well, he loves to side with Putin. No. President Trump wants to make sure we have a strong America that is siding on the side of righteousness, but to deliver results. If you have a ceasefire here where we can get to the table instead of having Ukrainians getting killed because we're fueling a war that Zelensky nor European leaders have ever given us a path to success. The president is, I'd like to know, where does that?
It's time for peace, folks. And it's the reality that the mainstream media refuses to acknowledge is that this war started under Biden's watch, not Trump's. As Congressman Chip Roy correctly pointed out, Biden destroyed our energy policies and empowered Russia. Now, Trump isn't just cleaning up Biden's disaster, he's turning it into an American victory. And this Ukrainian mineral deal, it proves what Trump has always said: America should never send billions abroad without getting something in return. I mean, I'm against sending billions abroad just altogether. All right. At least now we're finally going to see something in return for all that money. While Biden sent blank checks, Trump secures valuable mineral rights that will benefit American industry and technology for decades. So the evidence is clear. Trump's tough negotiation strategy works. So here's the question that nobody will ask, and you guys can weigh in the comments. If Trump can transform a losing war into a profitable mineral deal in just 6 weeks, what else might he accomplish in 4 years? So head on over to shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, grab a mug, grab a hat, grab a t-shirt, and it's linked down below, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, and perfect your morning coffee.